Hello, my name's Joe. I'm here at the Riverside Barbecue School, and today we're going to be making warm Caesar salad. Now, Caesar salad is one of those dishes that can be thrown together in a few different ways. For me, the thing that makes a Caesar salad is the dressing. So I've got some here that I made earlier on using the Stokes mayonnaise, which is beautiful pre-made mayonnaise available in the Riverside shop and on the website. You can use several different ingredients. It'll still be recognisably a Caesar salad as long as you've got that dressing there. So today what we're going to be doing is cooking up some chicken on the Genesis. In a slightly unusual twist, we're going to grill our lettuce, so it'll be a warm salad. And we've got this beautiful sourdough baguette from French and Day Delicatessen in Ware, and we're going to make our own croutons from scratch. So first things first, I'm going to cube this up and toss it with some oil. So I've got my sourdough baguette here cubed up into sort of roughly 3/4 of an inch to inch squared pieces. This is bread I bought yesterday, so ever so slightly stale, and that loss of moisture will just help to make it extra crispy in the end result. I've got the Genesis 3-burner set up here with the Weber griddle in it. And what we'll do is we'll just cook these up in batches. They're tossed in a little bit of olive oil and salt, and so the oil will help to get that crispiness. Probably 2 batches. We don't need to serve these hot, so we can just cook one batch, set them to one side, cook the next batch, set them to one side, and then we'll crack on with the rest. Well, the croutons are nice and crispy, so we've taken those off and set them to one side. Taken the griddle off the Genesis and set this up for indirect cooking. So the 2 outside burners of the 3 burners are on somewhere in the middle to low, and the middle burner is off. So it allows us a temperature of roughly 180 for roasting. I've got a spatchcock chicken here, and we're going to have a video coming very soon on the YouTube channel on how to spatchcock a chicken, and I've also taken the wings off here just so that they're out of the way. I've rubbed some olive oil into the skin and salted this, and all we're going to do is put this bang in the middle, so it'll roast, come up to temperature, skin will dry out a little bit, get crispy, and then later on we'll sear it over direct heat. So the chicken's been roasting for a little while now, and you'll see evidence of where I've been prodding it with a temperature probe to just gauge where we are temperature-wise. We're coming into sort of mid-60s now, so what I'm going to do is give it a sear. So I've got this side of the barbecue now set up as hot as it'll go with the sear burner on. So I'm just going to pick this chicken up if I can, flip it over, skin side down, over the direct heat, and then just shut the lid, and you'll get some nice colour on the outside, and it'll come up to temperature inside. It'll be lovely and juicy, hopefully a bit crispy on the outside with all that lovely roasty colour. So while we sear our chicken off over here, I've whacked the heat up on this side as well. I'm just going to put the griddle pan back in with a whole pack of butter just cut up into bits, and that's what we're going to do our lettuce in. It's sort of braising with the direct heat, and you'll see you get a little bit of colour, it'll soften, just really brings out some beautiful flavours in there. So we'll shut the lid and let that butter melt, ready to cook the lettuce. Now our chicken is roasted off, we've got some nice colour on the skin and it's got nice and crispy, and the breast is in the low 70s, so that'll come up to 74, and the legs are a little bit hotter, they're sort of kind of mid to high 80s, and that I find really helps the texture of the legs because they're a little bit tougher. So that's just going to rest. I've got these baby gem lettuces cut in half, and what we're going to do is just put them cut side down into the butter that we've seen previously, and I've got a little tray of bacon here, and while we're doing the lettuce we'll just sear off the bacon and then we will assemble our warm Caesar salad. So what we've got here is the butter in the griddle that I showed earlier on, and it goes quite brown, you get the nutty flavours, the nutty notes in the butter, and we've just put the lettuce cut side down in there, and what we'll do is leave that for a little while. Should get some colour on the outside and it'll just soften. It's almost braising in the quantity of butter that we've got. So if we keep the lid shut, then that'll soften, get a nice bit of colour, and then we can assemble the salad. So everything is cooked and we are ready to assemble. So I've got a bowl here with half the lettuce in, the other half here. What I'm going to do is just kind of mix it up a little bit. So we've got this cooked bacon, a few rashers of that in there. A few of these lovely crispy croutons. a bit of this dressing just in there so that you don't have to mix it up manually too much. It's sort of already done for you. So we'll just take the rest of this lettuce and set that on top. And what I'm going to do now is get the rest of this lovely crispy bacon in here. All of these croutons. I love croutons in a salad, so I'm probably going to go with all of these, but obviously it's your preference. In fact, maybe a touch too far, but next up we have this chicken. So what I've done with the chicken is just joint it into 8 pieces. So you take the legs off and take the drum from the thigh, and then you just cut the breasts in 2. And then really it's a sort of per person serving then. Let's get that to sit nicely. And then get more of this lovely dressing over the top. Now, as I said at the beginning, it really is the dressing that makes a Caesar salad, so get plenty of it on there. Make sure you know you're eating a Caesar. And we're done. So that is a warm Caesar salad with sort of grilled braised lettuce, barbecue chicken, bacon, and some lovely sourdough croutons. So the idea behind a dish like this is to get you thinking about how you can incorporate barbecue into food that's not necessarily associated with barbecue. The recipe for this dish will be on the blog, the link for which will be in the description down below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more like this, then please consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. We love seeing what you cook, so do tag us in your Facebook and Instagram posts, and we love hearing about new ideas, new bits of kit, and all of that kind of stuff. So do leave a comment down below if there's anything interesting. And thank you for tuning in. See you next time.